Okay, so we have one last story for the day. And it's not the sexiest story in the world in Hollywood, but it is a story. So we have the Oscars every year, okay? And there are, I want to say, 24, 25 categories, or very close to it, that are given awards. And there's always one category that does not get an award. And it is one of the most important um, jobs, and that's stunt work. And so they say, well, why don't they have an award, an Academy Award for stunts? So it's one of those things, and it's a good question, right? Because you'd have to take it from all of the, it would only be a certain. There's so many different criteria here that it would be difficult to do. So um, here is the story from once again Scott, who's a fabulous writer, and you can actually follow him on Twitter as well. Um, says uh, John. Okay, so John Wick and Fast 10 and other action-packed movies coming out this year make a compelling case, but it may come down what makes good Oscar television. The Oscar connection for the commercial side of Hollywood has been very tenuous, with blockbusters rarely lining up with the Best Picture nominees. But there's a growing unrest among a crucial segment of movie production professionals over the lack of an award for what they consider to be the most valuable contributions to the art and business of cinema. I don't think there is a single good argument against stunt professionals at the Oscars, director Chad Kaczynski told The Wrap. His action packed John Wick 4 has topped $270 million worldwide at the box office to become Hollywood's biggest rated R grossing film since Sony's pandemic Bad Boys for Life. Even lights and camera get a nod from the Academy. So where's the award for action? That's the question the people behind the stunts that packed theaters are increasingly asking. If there's a year to institute the Best Action Award, okay, in 2023, might be this might be it. Besides John Wick 4, there's Paramount's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Universal's Fast 10, and Disney's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. For an industry kept alive, that is commercially kept alive by stunt heavy action films, proponents of a Best Action Award feels like these movies will make their work increasingly hard to ignore. You almost can't believe it doesn't exist, says the screenwriter, told the Wrap. It's a no-brainer. So it basically goes on and talks about how what the Academy would have to do. Okay, the motion picture, the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Sciences recently established a new production and technology branch, which grants membership to a broad category of stunt-related roles, including stunt coordinators, movement directors, and head of visual effects production. These workers previously belonged to the Academy as members at large. The new branch elects only one governor to the Academy Board, while the other 17 branches elect three governors, which doesn't suggest its view is equal status. The Academy Board of Directors meets at the end of April to announce its annual review of Oscar rules. Barring that, in the last shot of inclusion in the 96 Academy Awards would be in August, when a newly elected board, which would include the branch's single governor, meet. That means a narrow window for the stunt lobbies to make its case. Okay, so basically, it's interesting because you have these four guys. Okay, Tom Cruise has been an action star for 40 years. We know that. John Wick, Keanu Reeves is an action star. Okay, um, he just is. I mean, all you do is look at like '93 for Speed in 1993. That's where he really started it. Okay, Vin Diesel, this is what he's been doing for 25 years too. Harrison Ford, he's been playing Indiana Jones and you know, and not in Han Solo. But Tom Cruise, and I've said this, Tom Cruise is about the only star And the piece goes on to talk about the insurance and everything else. Tom Cruise is about the only star that can really do. I mean, with Keanu basically being the new one, that could do his own stunts. And he's been doing these stunts for years and years and years. This is the shot, one of the shots from Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Now, this is a shot, a still from the behind the scenes, and I want to show you a couple different ones because this is incredible. And I've seen the trailer like 6 times, and every time it gets to this shot, I'm just amazed, thoroughly amazed. Okay, this is that shot. Okay, so he's about to go, and he jumps off the bike. Right. This just shows you what kind of height in everything else it is. I've always said this. Tom Cruise is a national treasure and needs to be really cherished because we have 2 more movies with him. Okay. And by the way, this is why Paramount put out that 9 minutes, behind the scenes footage of what he does. And I urge you guys, if you haven't seen it, go Google it. Go on YouTube and watch it because it's incredible. But that being said, he's done everything. He's done everything. He has flown planes. He has flown helicopters, motorcycles, as pictured. Okay. I mean, I was a kid. He's going to die on set. Okay. He's going to die on set. I mean, when he broke his ankle, when he was filming Fallout, okay, and that scene where he's jumping from one building to the other, he broke his ankle and finished the take. And that's why they had to shut down production for 6 weeks. And telling you, as soon as these Mission Impossible films are done, we're all going to look back and go, oh my God, what did we miss out on? Because we're so used to him doing things, whether it's climbing the tallest building in the world, whether it's hanging on the side of a plane, whatever it is, jumping off a cliff. But the biggest thing about Tom Cruise is this, and I've always contended this. He does everything practically. And he loves movies. He loves movies. It's that simple. Sure, they could do it with CGI, but he wants to do it practical. Not because it's more dangerous, although he's an adrenaline junkie. Okay? I mean, it took a year for him to be able to train for that halo jump, high altitude, low oxygen for Fallout. But nonetheless, he loves cinema. He loves films. Like, even he said he could have easily put out Top Gun Maverick, but he knew what he had. So that's why they didn't do it. I think there needs to be, getting back to the whole premise, that I would contend, if it's not this year, if it's not next year, it's going to be probably the year after that. Because they're going to be trying to push this through, and we're going to be seeing this in the next couple of years. Mark my words. I think there needs to be one. I don't know the logistics of it. I don't know how you would do it. And how would, so when it comes to Oscars, all of the particular people in that subsection, okay, in that category, vote on it. I don't know how you'd vote on it. I mean, is it the number of people in there? Do you do it as a group? I don't know. It would be very difficult to do. But I'm sure once they work it out, it would be fun. It'd be interesting. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think? Should there be an Academy Award for stunt people? If so, how many nominees do you think there should be? Also, do you think it should be the stars that get it? Or do you think it should be the movie? Or do you think it should be the actual people? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm really fascinated to hear what you got to say. And before we go, Alex had wrote a comment and I wanted to get to. He said, Batman is my number. This is talking about the DC versus Marvel story. Uh, Batman is my number one because he has no superpowers and he's vulnerable. Makes for more interesting stories. Would love to see him take on anybody in the MCU. Yeah. It goes back to that scene in Justice League when he's trying to recruit the Flash, which, by the way, we'll be doing a spoiler cast for as well. But nonetheless, Ezra, Barry asks him, "So what's your superpower?" He says, "I'm rich." So people love to hate on Tom Cruise, because they see him as strange, but he's a national treasure. The man gives us everything. Yeah, he does. You're absolutely right, Alex. You're absolutely right. And he is he is a professional's professional. He doesn't care about critics. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't care about awards. He wants to make the best film possible. All you got to do is take a look at this. When you see something like that, that is one person. Now, obviously, he's on drawstring, so it will pull him back. But that's real. That's not CGI, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, take a look at this. They built all this to the specs. And then you just see him lift off. You go, what? And by the way, that's a drone up there. So our technology is advanced more. It's unbelievable. No, I totally agree with you. And he's one of the best he is one of our last movie stars that we have. Really. That you could put Tom Cruise at the headline. Doesn't matter what it is. And mark my words, people will be in the seats. So also, I think it should go to a stunt team. This is referring to the piece we just did. I think it should go to a stunt team, including the actor, if he performs some of his stunts. We see many awards go to multiple people. I would like to see that for stunt teams or 2 to 3 people. Yeah. It will be interesting to see how they put it together. I think that because it's one of those things where, because don't forget, you have to be an Academy member. Okay. And usually you are if you're doing stunt work and everything else. I don't know, though. I'd be very interested to see. I mean, I think it has to be a collaborative effort, though. I think so. I think it has to be the stunt coordinator. Okay. I think it has to be the stunt people, stunt men or stunt women. And then I think, you know, um, you have to have some sort of criteria in order to do it. Maybe the stunt has to be 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes. And you say, well, stunts 2.5 minutes. Well, look at it like this. In TRT, I'm not talking about actual, because the stunt's only instantaneous, right? Usually. So there's a lot of logistics to work out. I could see this coming, though, in the next couple of years. And don't be shocked either, because of Tom Cruise. Don't be shocked if he actually comes out and really tries to push this through, because I could see that. I think Keanu Reeves. If you have A-list guys like Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves come out, I think that would really sway a lot of people. But I totally agree with you, Alex. I totally agree with you. And forget about length. Forget about length of the show and everything else. I think people want to get recognized. Look, if you're going to hand somebody an Oscar for, I don't know, editing, okay, there needs to be something for stunt work. There just has to be. There has to be. So I don't know. We'll see about that. Speaking of Mission Impossible, though, I've decided, like I said at the top of the show, what I'm going to do is um, I'm going to be doing a Mission Impossible rewatch, and I think that what will end up happening is we're going to be putting out we're going to be doing one a week, okay, and so the first one is going to be put out June 2nd, okay, and then we're going to do one the 9th and the 16th and 23rd and 30th, and it's all going to lead up to Dead Reckoning. So there are 6 movies. So as it stands right now, the tentative schedule is to have Mission Impossible, that video for you, re- excuse me, released June 2nd. Mission Impossible 2, and by the way, when all that, Mission Impossible 2, June 9th, Mission Impossible 3, the 16th, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, the 23rd, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, the 30th, and then Mission Impossible Fallout, the 7th. And that will lead right up to Dead Reckoning Part 1. And I mean, I haven't seen some of these in years, so it'll be a good refresher, but I can't wait for this movie. I'm just like millions of other people. I have a theory. As we close this down today, I want to give you this theory because we haven't seen any other publicity except one trailer that was about 7 months ago and one poster. That's it. I think, and I have no confirmation of this, total rumor on my, speculation on my part. I think what you're going to see, because Barbie just released another trailer the other day. Indiana Jones just released another trailer today. Okay. I think what you're going to see, I think you're going to see Mission Impossible. I know it's quick. Okay. But I think you're going to see them either have the first act or maybe even the whole movie at CinemaCon. Just because the Flash is going to be there, and I think they want to have something ready to go. Now they're going to, Paramount's definitely going to have something for Mission Impossible. But I wouldn't be shocked if they had the whole movie, and that would be incredible. Because if they could show the whole movie to all those people out there that are actually going to be putting it in their theaters, look out. Look, they've done it before. They showed Ghostbusters Afterlife. They showed Top Gun Maverick. They're going to show The Flash this year. I wouldn't be shocked. Because it is the final one. I mean, it's part one of the final one, but you get the idea. Who knows? I think they'll do it though. I could be totally wrong. And I kind of dialed it back a little bit. I thought it had a chance to make $200 million opening weekend. Yeah, if it doesn't make 200, it's going to make around 150 to 180. It's going to get damn close. So we'll see. But we have a huge summer coming up for you guys. This was just the start of it. So yeah, and this is just the start of it. And then, I'm going to be doing spoiler cast for all of these big movies, as I've said over and over. And it's going to be a huge summer, guys. So anybody that's popped in here or has come back in and, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. We're going to be having a ton of content. I just uploaded April's perfect movie, and that was The Social Network, directed by David Fincher, Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, Justin Timberlake. Amazing. So go check that out if you haven't already. And that's it. So that's it for today's show, guys. Thank you very much for being here. And I will probably it's about 5:30 right now here in Los Angeles. I'm going to try and get some of these stories up. So in the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is, if you want to come join me on Twitter, we'll do a whole Star Wars celebration space. And that way, because there's a ton of stuff to talk about. So I really want to get everybody's thoughts on that. So that is my Twitter handle. Just, by the way, I should make mention of one last thing. I know I keep saying one last thing. My Patreon. It is up and running. If you you can either go to patreon.com and do it that way, or you can actually find the little thing in the Twitter profile, and that will get you right there. And it's really cheap, and you can check that out there. Okay, that was it, guys. We're done. So do the 3 things you've got to do. Be safe, be careful, and have a great rest of your day. I'm David Steele, and you have been watching Real Talks.